everyone, this is Jamaica5288. Today we are up potting petunias and planting portobello peppers. So I had this cup outside, and last time I planted petunias, they didn't come up, or if they came up, they died. So I went ahead and threw a bunch of seeds up into this, imitation solo cup, and they came up. So we're gonna get them out of here gently. I'm telling myself that. And we're going to try to get them apart. I don't know how many I have. It looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7-ish. So we're going to try to separate these roots out. Let me put this to the side. I have some dirt in here, and I put 2 trash bags on my countertop because I'm in the kitchen / dining room at the bar. I have been under the weather. I went to Miami, and I was running around the streets, and apparently somebody was sick around me, and I picked something up. So I'm gonna stay in the house and do my little teas and whatnot until I get better. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm still gonna be out in my garden. As long as I got the strength and the will to do it, I will do it, sick or not. So here we go. I'm pulling these petunias apart. I definitely need some flowers in the garden. The only thing that's out there right now is roses and lantana. Lantana, they say, is an annual, but if you're in the South, lantana comes up every year. Every year. It's a perennial down South. So when I see lantana in these little cups like this, go ahead and buy them. If you live down South, you only have to plant them once. They come up every year. That's your Jamaica guarantee. A Jamaica guarantee for whatever that's worth. I don't know. It has to be really, really dry, or, I don't know. Maybe it's the Texas soil, but they come up every year. I don't have to replant them. They've been coming up for about 10 years, and I only planted them once. As a matter of fact, this older man than I, told me, you got to be careful with them because they'll take over your yard. So when I put them down, I put down some weed barrier around them so they didn't get to spread as much. But they're still getting bigger every year. They die back and they come back. If I think they're gone, and I'll take you out there later on and show you, they just come back. No matter how dry it is that summer. All right, petunia, I'm doing best. It rained last night. We had 70-mile-an-hour winds. I woke up this morning. I thought winter was over. And it was 52 degrees. That's why I got this sweatshirt on. Yeah, I bought this sweatshirt while I was in Miami, but and I only needed it for the plane, so I thought I need it right here in Texas. I need it. These two are stuck together, so I'm just gonna leave them be, let them stay together as a happy family. Even though they're kind of big, I'm gonna leave them together. I don't want to kill them, trying to get them apart. So we're just going to deal with it the way we always do. Adjust and overcome. Yeah, so I bought the sweatshirt for the plane ride back. And, well, it's cold here. So I don't think it's going to last long, but it was 52 degrees this morning. I went outside. I was brr. Poor chickens that last night, they didn't know what to do. It started raining really bad, and I don't know. I took Rudy and Epiphania out to the country, and I have to go out there tomorrow because they probably are running out of water. And I took them out to the country, and I got another rooster here, right? Because I had 4 roosters, 4 hens. And this rooster apparently is not as smart as Rudy was, because Rudy was the ringleader. Rudy was driving me crazy though. So Rudy, he crowed too much for out here in the suburbs. I took him out to my country place and let him free range with his brother. But the new rooster, who does not make a lot of noise, but I ain't gonna call him stupid, but he's not smart. He didn't know to lead the hens back in to the shed last night. They were out in the rain. So I went out there and I grabbed Cutie, my favorite, and the one that listens to me. So I took her and I put her in the tough shed. And then I had to chase them with a stick back in there. I opened the door wide open, and this is in the thunderstorm. I could have got electrocuted. I guess I ain't smart either. I'm chasing these chickens around with this stick in the thunderstorm, 70 miles an hour, looking like Alice in Wonderland. Finally, they went back in there. Then I risked my life, closing that gate. All kind of thunder and lightning happening. So I was like, man, you know, you get rid of one problem, you get another one. You got a stupid, said it. You got a not smart rooster. He don't make that much noise though. He's not annoying. He is not annoying, but he's not smart. He's the white one, the leghorn. And leghorns, you know, I don't really like leghorns because they get dirty. They don't stay white. But he's white today because he got a good bath. He was out there, weathering the storm, leading the fight. I mean, just standing there. All his feathers was going like this. Y'all see my arms? Oh my God. And me, the crazy one with a stick, running around chasing them until they went into the pen. Lord, if I had a camera outside, well, a camera would have died. The camera would have got wet and broke last night because it was 70 miles an hour wind and there was lightning and thunder, and the camera wouldn't have made it. If y'all would have saw us, that was a sight to see. Me running around, getting my hair wet, and them looking like they get blown away. Finally, the dummy ran into the den, and the chicken followed him. Well, the chickens, I don't even think he was first. They all went in there around the same time. Cutie, once I put her in there, she ain't come back out. She stood at the door and she looked out. She went right back into that tough shed. She said, them damn fools can stay out there if they want to. I am safe. I'm safe and I'm out of this winter. I don't know why she followed him either, but she was out there too, her little self, braving the weather, trying to be a part of the group. You know, everybody wants to be a part of the group, right? Peer pressure is real. But once I put Cutie in that tough shed, she did not come back out. She was like, well, you know what? They can have it. I tried, you know, I was forced to come into the tough shed. They'll understand. Yeah, well, anyway, I got them all in a couple of minutes after her, maybe 20 minutes later, because I put her in, and then I said, well, maybe these dummies will realize it's too bad out here. It's not dark, but the weather is too bad out here for us to still be outside. They went under a tree in a lightning storm. Come to think of it, I went under that tree too. What the heck? What the heck is wrong with me? Love, I tell you. Love of animals. I put my life in danger for them. That's the worst place you want to be, under a tree. Okay, so there we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them done. And I have, let me break these apart. Let me see if I get this apart. I can't, I just have to put these 3 together. I have 3 left, but they are intertwined really bad. And I don't want to lose you. I love you as you are. Y'all know that song? Ooh. I don't know what year that was, but I think it was before the 80s. I don't even know who sings that. Sings, not sangs. Oh, come on, plant. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Got a little bit of root. That is not good, but we'll see what happens, huh? We'll see what happens. I've had luck so far with roots like this. If you can see me with my little dirty hand. I've had luck with them so far, so hopefully this dirt, I think it's this dirt, man. This stuff is way better than Miracle Grow. It's called Dillo Dirt if you're in Texas, in the Central Texas area. And it grows everything. Okay. let's see. I often think to myself, you know what, we need to stop throwing out our leaves and all that stuff, because what they're doing is they're collecting all that stuff, composting it, and selling it right back to us. Our own waste, our own debris, selling it right back to us. They say they burn it and sterilize it, but they're selling it back to us. It's probably mine. Probably coming from my yard. Uh-oh, I have a little one over here that wanna. I'm gonna put you over here. Yeah, so I got on that plane. I knew I was getting sick. I was waiting for my plane for hours in Miami, back to Central Texas. And there was a lot of people there. I brought some emergency. That stuff normally knocks out a cold when I feel like I'm getting it. But I think I heard somebody coughing near me a couple of days before. And you know, by the time you develop symptoms of an illness or a cold, a virus or whatever, it's already too late. I should have been drinking emergency the entire time. I knew I was going to be around, you know, people of all, you know, walks of life. Should have did better. But next time. I haven't been sick in years. Well, no. I haven't been sick since last year, August. That's because I don't go nowhere. I stay in Central Texas. I go to the grocery store. I go to Lowe's. I go to Home Depot. I stay in familiar places where I know people. When I venture out to another state or something, you know, you're around all kind of people in those cities. Not that Austin is not a city, because Austin is a city. But when I go to Austin, I don't know. I don't get sick. I guess I'm just used to being around Texas. And I don't get sick when I stay in Texas. But when I leave, poof, it must be like, oh, my body be like, this ain't a Texas virus. This is from somewhere else. Sorry, I can't help you. You're on your own, girl. So I got all the petunias planted, right? So I'm going to stop for a second because my nose is running and my hands are dirty and I can't touch my nose because I'll have mud all over my face. So I'll see you in a second, and for you and for a few minutes for me, because I got to wash my hands and then take care of my nose. Just a second. And I'm back. So what I realized when I went outside to make room for my portobellos, where did I put that pack of seeds? Oh, here it is. What I realized is that I don't have any trays left. So I'm going to put these seeds back here where they won't get wet, and we're going to repot these tomatoes. And I don't know what this is, but I planted tomatoes on top of it. So we're going to replant all these seedlings. There were more in here. Last night destroyed this entire row. Water came from on top of the roof and took this whole row out. These need to be repotted and put in a safe place. They do not need to be in this tray anymore. So it's a good thing. So you're getting a bonus replanting these tomatoes. These tomato plants that I forgot I put in here. I forgot. I was going around, you know, my mini seedling trays, and I was like, oh, that looked like a tomato seedling. Sure enough, the whole plat was full. And because I didn't do it before I left, and then yesterday there was a storm, I lost a whole row, almost 2 rows, because those look like they're not doing too well. So I'm going to take these out, and I'm going to put them in up their own pots. It's not going to take me long, not at all. I meant to put them in the blue ones, but it don't matter. It don't matter. We're going to get them in here real quick, in a safe spot, away from the roof line of this house. And then after we put them in here, it's going to be a couple of days maybe, or maybe a week when I feel better, we're going to put them in the ground. Or we'll sell them. I haven't decided yet. You never have too many tomatoes. You know, the supermarket, man. I'm glad I got peppers now. I got peppers and my tomatoes are green. They get ready to go right because it's just going up. They just keep raising the prices. And I'm like, oh my God, one bell pepper is 70 cents. It might be more. I've been away a week. One bell pepper. One. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Make you not want to leave the house. I didn't know the grocery store would be like, you know, you go and shop and people get excited. People are getting excited about going to groceries. Well, they're not getting excited about going to the grocery store because they know they're going to spend at least $100 for nothing. And then when you go, like we have the grocery store. Luckily, we got a Costco. We got a Costco, and down south we got a Sam's, right? Or up north, either way you go. We got 2 Costcos, and I think we have 1 Sam's. I don't know if there's another Sam's in Austin. So at least we have that to compete with the other stores, because when there's no competition, they can pretty much charge you and sell you what they want, what quality of meat or vegetables they want. And what you gonna do? Drive 50 miles out of your way to go to another grocery store? Because in Texas, you better have a car. You better have a car. Because this and gas prices are outrageous. So by the time you get there and get back, you done spent $30 to $40 just trying to get to another grocery store. You might as well have paid the prices that they asked, because it's gonna cost you either way. But I'm gonna get off my soapbox. So I'm so glad that I am growing vegetables, because I ain't gotta do it. And the longer before summer, I'll have enough stored away to go through the summer. Then I'll plant my fall crop in what, July, August. I'll start planting seedlings for that, because this is just spring. These are the spring crops, because summer here almost kills everything. You got to struggle to keep stuff alive in Texas. But yeah, I plant my fall crop, and that usually lasts me a long time, well into January. In January, guess what I start doing? Planting my spring crop again. Oh man, I'm so glad I moved down south. Up north, they don't have the pleasures of doing that unless they have a greenhouse. My mama's house, they get below 0, and then there's that wind chill factor on top of that. That's in New York City. And you have a very short growing season in New York. So I chose, when I was very young, to leave, come down south. I'm glad I did that, because I never liked winter. Never looked forward to it. When I was a little kid, I liked playing in the snow and snowball fights and all that stuff. And then we, only took a couple of years for me to grow up and have to start shoveling that snow. And it wasn't fun anymore. Freezing, just trying to dig ourselves out of the house. We got snowed in a couple of times when I was a little kid. We'd have to crawl out the window and start shoveling we'd have to crawl out the window, out of the first floor window, onto the balcony, shovel that out, and then shoveling the snow away from the door. And then, because there were stairs going up to the house, to the first floor, we had to shovel the steps. And then we had to shovel, and I remember snow being taller than me, shovel like a walkway. And then the driveway was a mess, and that had to be shoveled. Whew. And then you had to shovel the driveway out. And after you shovel the driveway out, you had to shovel all the way to the street. When you shovel to the street, the sanitation department in New York City come by with these big old sanitation trucks with a big old shovel, a plow on the front, and they just knock all the snow right back into the driveway. Then you have to get on top of the big old berm and dig that down so that the car could get out. Whew. I decided long ago, I think it was one of the few times one of the many times that I was getting frostbitten out there, that I was not going to live like that as an adult. It wasn't my thing. And I was right. I would have dropped dead, because I can't even leave the state without catching a cold. Oh, come on now. So we have 2 in here that are together. But remember, with tomato plants, all these little fur things on the sides, those will all develop roots. So if you plant it deep, guess what? Take these baby leaves off. You plant it deep, it's going the little fur turns into roots. So it'll be just fine. Other plants I kind of worry when I don't get a lot of root, but with tomato plants, they'll survive. They will survive. They're survival plants. They're in Texas right now. They were 69 cents a pound. Now I said the bell peppers were a different story. Bell peppers were 69 cents each. That's the difference. take some of this out. You know, that dirt. This one got a lot of root on it. Put it down in here and cover it up. And these, I mean, it's so easy to grow this. I grew so many that I forgot what I grew. So just try. I cloned some of these also, and they're outside right now because everything when I grow stuff inside, it somehow, besides just starting them up, once they come out of the ground, I gotta get them outside, or something about the inside here. It's either too moist or too damp or too dark. I don't know, but they don't do well in here. So I'm better off. All of my plants are like that. Better off when they go outside. The only way they get really messed up is if, look at what that wind did. Look at that poor baby. Look at that. I don't think you're gonna make it. It's all twisted up. I'm not even wasting my time on that one. Get this one out. There's hardly any soil left in these. That's what the water from the roof did. Took all of them out. Took them out. And it must have happened more than once, because one of them looked like it's been twisted for quite a while. You never know what the weather's going to be out here in Central Texas. One day it'll be 101 degrees. The next day it'll be 72 and 55. Windy or dry as a chip. As I said, I'm not complaining, but that's just the way it is out here. Unpredictable. And that's all over the country, because I was watching the news last night and they were talking about the people who live on the Mississippi. I remember when they was complaining that the Mississippi was drying up and we were going to be out of water, and everybody was going to be, you know, learn how to get water from other sources. Like, what is it? I have, what do they call it? I have a machine that takes the dampness out of the air, because I told you it's damp in this house. And they said to use that. I was like, ew, I'm not using that. That'll be my last resort. That water's dirty. So, dehumidifier, that's what I meant to say. So they were talking about that. But now, everybody got too much water. And people's houses are underwater, excuse me. People's houses are flooding. They have to put sandbags around it. Last year was just the opposite. Okay, what happened to you? Oh, man. This one's all twisted up. I'm still going to bury it. The reason I'm going to bury it, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about too, is because these little fuzzies on these tomato plants develop roots. So let me show you what happened to it. The wind was so bad that it twisted. Now, I ain't got no shoes on, but it's all right. Yeah, y'all can't see me walking around barefoot. The wind was so bad that it twisted the plant. See that? But there are fuzzies on this tomato plant. So I'm going to bury it up to about the first leaves, and we'll see if we could get it to grow. I'm not going to give up on it. Like the other one is worse than this, but this one, I think if I put it, I'll take this one out too. I think if I put it in the ground deep enough, or in the soil deep enough, it'll survive. Plant wants to live. It just needs a chance. Give me a chance, Jamaica. Give me a chance. I got you. I got you. My nose, if it would just stop running or itching, that would be good. Why'd I put two of them in here? This is just making it worse. This one's no good. All right. Just giving it a chance to thrive. Uh-oh, I covered it up. There we go. So I got the leaves showing so that photosynthesis can happen. It can get the sun that it needs. Now there's a healthy one here. If I get a pot off, thank you. Thank you for letting go. Put this one in here. That was in the same pot as the one that was all twisted up. That's weird. I guess this one was the stronger of the two. This one was taking most of the nutrients. The other one was weaker, and that one was why that one was stringier, so the wind was able to twist it around and get it all messed up like that. All right, I got a few more, and I don't know what these are. I'm not sure what these are. but I'll find out before this thing is over. I have a app on my phone that'll tell me what it is. Unfortunately, I'm using the phone to make this video, so I can't do them both at the same time. All right, so I got this one. Put some dirt in here, or mud, or because it got all wet yesterday from the rain. Put too much. I don't know, put the plant in there. Somehow I'm pulling all this plastic closer and closer to me, and I'm gonna get dirt on the floor if I'm not careful. Move it in a second. Just a second, just a smidge. Here we go, we got that seated. So they're all in there. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna resituate this plastic bag so there's not getting ready to, well, I already got dirt on the floor, but I don't wanna get any more on the floor. And then we'll get these mystery plants. I'll tell you what they are. So I'll just see you in a second. Just a second. For me, it'll be a few minutes. Well, I found out what the mystery plant is. Guess what they are? Yes. And I didn't fix my plastic like I said I was. These are okra. And guess what okra hates? Being transplanted. Great. I'm going to do the best I can. I don't know how okra ended up in these trays because I normally don't put them in these trays because I know they hate being transplanted. And I had the nerve, the audacity, to put 3 of them in here with a tomato plant because I didn't know they was in here. So they're all in here together. Okra hates to be transplanted, and here I am messing with it. Okay. And there's roots everywhere. Look at that. So first of all, I'm going to get you out because tomatoes are like weeds. That's not the one I'm worried about. The okra, which is what I really want, is what I'm upset about. All right, here we go. Let's pray. Last year, I transplanted some okra, but I only moved it one time, and it was fine. So let's hope, and here I go being rough with it. Let's hope that these are just as strong as the ones last year. What kind of okra? I don't know. It's most likely it's Clemson spineless. Gosh, I gotta move this up. This little planting session is turning into a long one. So I'm gonna try to hurry up. There go my okra. Right over here with this disorganized batch of batch of tomatoes. Let's try to organize that a little bit so we don't have anything fall off the table. Yes, I smell it too. I guess I'm not that sick because my sense of smell is still on point. Let's get some more mud and get these out of here. Look at that. They were becoming root bound. Great. Good job, Jamaica. Good job, girl. How could you? The one vegetable that you truly, you know, cherish, okra, you're gonna mess it up. All right. Don't be too hard on yourself, girl. You didn't know. Yes, I did. I didn't mark it. I didn't know because I didn't mark it. And the app is laughing at me. Girl, okra. That's what it is okra. All right. Maybe this is from, I know what it might be from because I had some seeds from last year. And I just threw them in a big old bag. And I guess I thought they weren't going to come up. Yeah, that's what happened. I thought they weren't any good because sometimes you buy when you plant seeds, they're hybrids and the seeds are no good from hybrids. They won't grow. But I must have some heirloom in there because here they are. Maybe it wasn't warm enough for them to sprout and I just gave up and put tomato seeds on top of it. Who knows what happened? Why would I put okra seeds in this kind of planter? That's why. Because I had a bag. I still have a bag of okra seeds that I didn't think were any good. Now I know. Now I know. God knows how many I threw out. That just goes to show you got to mark your trays. You got to mark it for what, you know, what's in it, and don't give up. Sometimes things take longer. Like pepper plants, they take, what, 45, 60 days to germinate. You're not going to see them. Okay, there we are. So I got 3 little okra plants. I don't know what that one is. I'm going to plant this tomato plant, though. That was in there with the okra. And then we'll go ahead and we'll plant our peppers, our portobello peppers. Now, portobello peppers, oh my gosh, they're expensive. That's why I'm planting them. And I got into this thing where I went to, where was I? I think it was in Cozumel. And I went to this chef's kitchen, and he stuffed some portobello, not portobellos, some poblano peppers with some chopped meat and some bell pepper and some onion and garlic and, oh my God, and some cheese on top. And I got addicted to that stuff. Now I make it all the time, but now I got to pay for them poblano peppers, and I don't want to pay for them, so I'm growing them. So here's a tray that we're going to use now that we got, I guess, there might be something else to pop up out of here. God knows what seeds are still left in here, but you know what? I'll chance it. It's okay. It's okay if they come up. I have an app, or I can get an app for free. It's called Identify the Plant or something, and it tells you what it is, even if it's something you don't want to hear. Even if it's something you don't want to hear, and you're going to get the truth. Sometimes it mistakes something. Like I had some broccoli out there that I'm now giving to the chickens because it went to seed. It never produced any, it just produced a little broccoli, and then it went straight to seed. I came back and flowers were forming, so I started giving it to the chickens. They like it. I ain't gonna eat that. So I have 8 cells right here. I'm not putting them in these pots. 8 cells here to plant these seeds. I'm gonna put 2 seeds in each cell. Move these plants out of the way so that you can see, and I'll be right back with you. Here we go with the poblano peppers. If I can say it right, that'll be all right. I know, kind of irritating, but I'm doing the best I can with a stuffed up nose. I hope that sounded okay. Let's see what these seeds look like. I have tried to plant these seeds from the poblano peppers that I purchased when I was cooking with them. They never grew. So I had to go. I got these from Baker Creek. Baker Creek pepper, poblano, Baker Creek heirloom. So this is a heirloom. So maybe I can get some seeds out of these if I don't eat them before I remember. Here we go. Yay! How many? I got enough seeds in here. I'm put 2 in each pod, and I only have 8 pods here. I'm only doing less than half a tray. So put 1 hole here. I'm just put 2 divots with my finger. And this one doesn't have enough soil in it. Two divots. Two divots. Yeah. You can tell, I can tell when there's not enough soil in there when I try to put the divots in, and the soil just moves around real loosely. 2 right here. And I don't have to water this because this soil on this end is full of rainwater. This was in the tote. It's just saturated with water. Okay. So I'm gonna grab 2 seeds, 1 and a 2. These are very easy to see. I'm gonna put 1 right there, 1 right there. Grab another 2. Put 1 right there and 1 right there. And put 1 in them in separate corners so that hopefully the roots, they're not intertwined like some of the other seedlings we just moved. You put the seeds too close, the roots just grow together and it almost becomes one plant. And sometimes, well, I should say most of the time, they strangle each other out. So if you're gonna put 2 seeds in these pods, each pod, make sure you put them on separate corners, diagonal, one over here, one over here. Okay. At least I could see them when I left off, because sometimes I forget. One here and one here. And I have 1 extra seed. Oh well. I will put him back in the pack. 1 here and 1 here. It's the first time I'm planting Poblano peppers. I'm trying to get these things down in here so they're not exposed to any. Some of them right on top. Okay. I think I got them. All down in there. Okay. So we're going to close them back in on each other and pat it down. Close it in, pat it down. Very firm. You don't have to worry about it breaking anything because these are seeds. Seedlings, you have to be a little bit more gentle with. Seeds, you don't have to. Cover them up. Pat it down. You don't want any air pockets on your seeds. Just want wet dirt so they germinate. And you just pack it down, cover it up. We got 2 more to cover up. Pack it down. There we go. Just like that, we got 8 Poblano peppers planted. Say that 5 times real quick. So, let's do inventory with my dirty hands, huh? I'm gonna wash my hands off and then I'll show you what we did. So we got 8 Poblano, well 16 Poblano seeds planted into the pods. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 14 tomato plants are planted. We have 2, 4, 6, 7, really 8 of these petunias planted. And we have 3 surprise okra plants. So, I'm so glad you were with me. This is Jamerica5288. Please like and subscribe. Remember, dirty hands, clean money. And I'll see you on the next one. Remember, take care of yourself. I need to follow that, don't I? Take care of yourself, and you need to take care of each other. Bye.